Look, if you're feeling lost, maybe even completely broken, or just like everything has fallen apart, this is for you. We're going to walk through a clear, structured way to rebuild your life from the ground up, and we're starting right now.
And this right here, this is the core idea of everything we're about to cover. So many people think rock bottom is the end of the story, but it's not. It's the beginning. That lowest point isn't your final stop. It's the starting line.
Rock bottom. It's not a one-size-fits-all thing, right? For one person, it might be losing a job. For another, a relationship ending. And for some, it's just waking up one day and not even recognizing the person in the mirror. The causes are personal, but that feeling, it's universal.
And these feelings, man, they're heavy. Failure, shame, regret, confusion, hopelessness. It's like they create this paralysis. They make you feel totally stuck, like there's just no path forward. And you know what? That's a completely normal reaction.
But your response to that feeling, that's what changes everything. The natural instinct is to panic, right? To try and fix every single thing all at once. But as you can see here, that's not the way. Instead of that chaos, the real path forward is through calm, small, deliberate changes. It's not about chasing some fleeting feeling of motivation. It's about building a solid structure.
And that is the absolute key. This isn't about just crossing your fingers and hoping things get better. It's about understanding that there is a proven, step-by-step process you can actually follow. Think of it like a blueprint for your own transformation.
And here it is. This is that structure. Just 3 core steps: radical acceptance, the identity reset, and building new discipline. We're going to break down every single one, so let's dive in.
All right, step 1, radical acceptance. Now, this doesn't mean giving up. In fact, it's the complete opposite. This is all about taking back control by first seeing your situation for exactly, and I mean exactly, what it is. No sugarcoating, no denial, no blame.
Oof. This is probably one of the hardest sentences you'll ever have to say to yourself. It can be painful, for sure, but it is also incredibly powerful. Because the moment you stop blaming other people or your circumstances, you take your power back. You reclaim your own agency.
And when you do that, it sets off this amazing chain reaction. See, acceptance stops you from wasting all that energy fighting the past. That frees up your mind and it gives you clarity. Once you can see clearly, you can find a direction. And once you have direction, well, progress is pretty much inevitable.
Okay, so let's move on to step 2, the identity reset. Once you've accepted reality, you get to decide who you're going to be from this day forward. And this is so important because your actions, your habits, your results, all of it flows from your identity.
Just think about that for a second. We're so often focused on the what. What do I want to get? What do I want to achieve? But the who is 1,000 times more powerful. If you still see yourself as the person who got into this mess, nothing is really going to change. So let me ask you, who do you want to become?
Do you want to become someone who is disciplined? Someone who actually does what they say they're going to do?
How about focused? Someone who can just tune out all the noise and work on what really matters.
Maybe reliable, not just to other people, but more importantly, to yourself.
Someone who is just fundamentally strong, mentally, emotionally, physically.
This is the core of it all. You consciously design this new version of you, and then you start showing up as that person through your actions every single day. And here's the secret. The feeling will follow the action, not the other way around.
Which leads us perfectly into our final step, building new discipline. When your life is in pieces, your discipline is usually gone too. So you can't start with these huge, intimidating goals. You have to start small, like extremely small.
The whole point is to start with things that seem almost too easy. This isn't about changing your entire world overnight. No, this is about reestablishing a foundation inside of yourself. Every tiny, consistent action is like a brick in that new foundation, a winnable battle that proves you can rely on yourself again.
And what's really happening here is, well, it's profound. Each one of those tiny actions is you keeping a promise to yourself. And that simple act rebuilds the trust you have in your own ability to follow through. That trust, that is the fuel for momentum.
So let's bring this all home. As we wrap up, I want you to remember this. Your transformation doesn't start when things are finally perfect. It begins right here, right now, at the bottom. It starts by building a brand new foundation.
You know, in a strange way, hitting rock bottom can be a gift. It strips away everything that wasn't working. It gets rid of all the illusions you had about yourself and your life. It forces you to deal with pure, raw reality. And from that truth, you can build something real, something that lasts.
Please remember this. Your lowest point is not a life sentence. It does not have to define your story. With acceptance, a new identity, and small, consistent discipline, it can become the very place where your true transformation begins.